If you read to escape and only to escape, then these book recommendations are not for you. Here's 3 climate fiction book recommendations whose message is increasingly relevant in today's day and age. First up, you knew it was coming, didn't you? Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. This is a post-apocalyptic novel set in the early 2020s where global climate change and economic crises have led to social chaos. I read this back in 2022. I thought it was relevant then. It's even more relevant now. The majority of the novel takes place in 2025. The similarities are uncanny. It follows 15-year-old Lauren Alamina, who lives in a gated community that is sheltered from the surrounding anarchy in the society in which she lives, aka California. But disaster is looming, and as a girl who suffers from a condition called hyperempathy, where she can literally feel the physical pain of other people, that's a problem. I gave this 5 stars. Next, we have American War by Omar El Akkad, which I just finished reading a couple days ago. This is another dystopian novel set in 2074 where a second American Civil War is underway. Oil is outlawed, Louisiana is half underwater, a plague has decimated the American population, and 6-year-old Surratt Chestnut, whose father was just killed, is forced into camp patience for displaced persons. While living there, Surratt befriends a mysterious functionary under whose tutelage she's turned into a deadly instrument of war. I would describe this book as being similar to The Hunger Games, but if Gale was the Mockingjay, Coin never died, and all of these events were taking place as North America was crumbling and soon becoming the nation of Panem. And last but not least, we have The Ministry for the Future by Kim Stanley Robinson, which I also read in 2022, but again, even more relevant in 2025. This book has a little bit more of a hopeful tune compared to the previous 2 recommendations. It's a science fiction, non-fiction novel that explores the climate crisis through a lens of scientific innovation and progressive climate policy. The Ministry for the Future, established in 2025, was created to advocate for future generations and all living creatures. This is its story. This is not a post-apocalyptic dystopian, instead it's a world that is quite literally upon us in this moment. And it's told through fictional eyewitness accounts that don't feel so fictional. For example, the book opens with a massive heat wave in India that kills about 20 million people, if I remember correctly, over the span of just a few days. That might seem dystopian to a lot of people, but for many others, it is everyday reality. This is a book about solutions, and while some of them are unrealistic and perhaps unattainable, reading this will force you to think creatively about the pathway for our future. Have you read these books? And if so, what did you think of them?